Our spiritual growth, it should be noticeable. You know that verse in Matthew 7, verse 20 that says, "You shall know a tree by its fruits." That means when our growth spiritually happens over time, it should be noticeable. It should be noticeable first to God, should be noticeable to us, should be noticeable to the people around us. And that's what Paul tells not only Titus, but also Timothy. In Titus chapter 2, in verse 6, he says, "Likewise, urge the younger men to be self-controlled, showing yourself in all respects to be a pattern of good works, and that your teaching show integrity and dignity." So he exhorts the young men that their progress, he says in this verse, it must be a model, a pattern of good works. And then in First Timothy chapter 4, he tells Timothy in verse 15, he says, "Meditate on these things. Give yourself entirely to them, that your progress may be evident to all." So the spiritual growth is not an accident. Spiritual growth for us, it should be noticeable. It's noticeable in our thoughts. It's noticeable in our words and our actions. Our love that we are giving to others should and must be noticeable. And if it's not, that can give us a little hint about how much growth we actually are having spiritually. Now, let me be clear. We are not supposed to be doing things to be seen by men. That is not supposed to be our goal. Our goal shouldn't be, well, let me make sure I show growth so people notice. That shouldn't be our goal. Our goal should be to give ourselves entirely to growing spiritually. That's what Paul was telling young Timothy. Meditate on these things, give yourself entirely to them, not partially. So as we give ourselves entirely to the word of God, our progress will be made evident to all. So our focus, our intention should be on that. He specified to Titus that the young men should be self-controlled. That's interesting because oftentimes we see young men aren't self-controlled, and they often get themselves into a lot of trouble in life because they're not self-controlled. So we have to be able to make sure that we are doing this for ourselves and our relationship to God first. And while we're doing that and focusing on that, it'll be recognizable to all. You want to study more about this? We'd be delighted to. Please let us know. Give us a call at 843-553-5157 or email us at letthebiblespeak843@gmail.com.